Hello everyone, my name is Maylin Cadano, and for today's video, I am going to discuss to you how to solve quadratic equations by completing its squares. Solving this equation, we will be using perfect square trinomials. Some examples of perfect square trinomials are the following. First, x squared plus 6x plus 9. Second, x squared minus 10x plus 25. And last, x squared plus 12x plus 36. Before we are going to discuss about the quadratic equation, we will be discussing on how to create and solve for the perfect square trinomials. A perfect square trinomial. In the following perfect square trinomial, the constant term is missing. X squared plus 14x plus blank. So it means we need to know what is the last term of this equation. Find the constant term by squaring half the coefficient of the linear term. In finding the last term, we can get the answer by squaring half the coefficient of the linear term or the first term. For example, our first term is 14 and 14 divided by 2 is equals to 7 and 7 squared is equals to 49. So our answer here will be x squared plus 14x plus 49 since we have squared the 14 in the first term. We've done in discussing how to solve for the perfect square trinomial. Let's move on to our topic, which is solving quadratic equations by completing its squares. This equation or problem, we have the following steps need to follow. Solving quadratic equations by completing the square. So as you can see, we have here the example of x squared plus 8x minus 20 equals 0. So step 1, move quadratic term and linear term to the left side of the equation. So since we move the first term or the linear term of the equation, it turns out to be x squared plus 8x is equals to 20. Step 2. Find the term that completes the square on the left side of the equation. Add that term to both sides. So we only need to divide the first term, which is 8, and squared the answer by 2, which turned out to be 16. As you can see on example above, and after solving for the square, we need to add it to both sides. So it becomes x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 20 plus 16. Adding the term to both sides, here is the step 3. Step 3. Factor the perfect square trinomial on the left side of the equation. Simplify the right side of the equation. So x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 20 plus 16, which become x minus 4 and x minus 4 is equals to 36. So simplifying, as you can see, it turns out to be x minus 4 squared is equal to 36. Factoring and simplifying the equation, here is the step 4. Take the square root of each side. As you can see in the picture above, square root of x plus 4 squared is equal to square root of 36. It becomes x plus 4 because the value of x square root and 2 is the same, so they cancel out, and the square root of 36 is equal to positive 6 and negative 6. After taking the square roots, here is step 5, which is the last step. Set up the two possibilities and solve. So here is x is equal to negative 4 and positive negative 6. So two possibilities. First, x is equal to negative 6 and minus 6, and x is equal to negative 4 plus 6. So, in solving this one, it turns out the answer to be x is equal to negative 10 and x is equal to